Hey guys, welcome back to Yoga with Jules. So today's practice is all about getting our twist on. So it's a fun, quick, twisty practice today. So this one's really good for if you're experiencing any kind of indigestion or bloating or anything like that. But it's also just a really fun practice for any time. So I'll see you on the mat. Let's get moving. All right, so beginning today's practice in a comfortable, easy cross-legged position. So as usual, the hands can be wherever you want, so facing upwards on the knees, or gently clasping the knees, or clasped in the lap here. So whatever feels comfortable for you. Just starting to connect with the breath, so feeling the breath coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe digging into that nice ujjayi breathing so you can really hear what the breath is doing, and coming back to that at any point in the practice if you need to just have that kind of reconnection with the body, with the breath. Awesome. So a couple more deep breaths here, just really making sure you feel nice and light in the upper body and deeply rooted in through the sits bones and the pelvic floor, that root chakra. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start by introducing a little bit of movement into the shoulders. So reaching the arms up and over. We're going to drop the hands down parallel to the floor and flip the palms up. And from here, we're reaching the fingertips up to the tops of the shoulders. So you just like tickling your shoulders here. And we're going to start drawing big circles with the elbows. So inhaling to come up and over, and exhaling to come down and around. So really feeling the shoulder blades coming together at the bottom. Two more like that. Inhaling up and around, exhaling down and together. Awesome. And we'll reverse the direction. Inhaling this time, coming back and around, feeling the shoulder blades coming together, coming apart at the top here. Exhaling, elbows come to touch. Two more like that. I know this kind of feels a little bit awkward, but it's a good position so that you're not holding any tension in the wrists or in the fingers. All right, and we're done. And coming up and over with the hands here, reach through all four sides of the body. And exhaling, we're going to go for a twist. So bring the right hand to the left knee, and left hand comes down behind you. So really making sure you're nice and tall in the spine here, looking over that left shoulder. So every inhale, you get a little taller. Every exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Awesome. One more deep breath here. Cool. Inhale, coming back to center. Reaching through the fingertips once again, getting nice and tall. And exhale, left hand comes to right knee, and right hand comes behind you. Inhale to get a little bit taller, and exhaling to twist a little bit deeper. And we're not prying ourselves through the twist here, so just kind of using the muscles of the abdominal with a little bit of support from the hands. One more deep breath here. And now exhale, just releasing the twist, coming back to center. Shake it out a little bit, any movement that you feel like you need right now. Awesome. Okay, and so rolling over the knees or just coming into a tabletop position, whichever way feels comfortable for you. So making sure that the hips are directly over the knees, shoulders are directly over the wrists. We're just going to come into a couple cat-cow transitions here. So inhaling, dropping the belly, looking up towards the ceiling for cat pose. Nice deep inhale, exhale, release and round through the spine for cow pose. Inhaling, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, rounding through the spine, gazes up at the navel. All right, last time here, inhaling, dropping the belly. Nice stretch through the front body, opening up through the chest. Exhale, round through the spine. Cow pose. Good, now coming back to center, we're going to leave the left hand where it is, start to peel the right hand up and off the ground, open for just kind of a half twist here, and then exhale to release, and we call this threading the needle, so bringing the right arm underneath the left until the right shoulder touches the mat here, and the right ear is resting on the floor. Sorry, I'm looking away from you here, but you should feel a nice stretch in the right shoulder blade here, in the right side of the neck as well. Taking one more deep inhale here, really expanding through the back. Exhale to release. And inhale, coming back up. We'll just do one more little twist here. Open up. Exhale, release. Awesome. Same thing, planting the right hand here and opening up to the left side. Inhale, just for a beat, and exhale to thread the needle again here. Now I can look at you. And bringing the left shoulder to the mat and left ear to the mat. And so option here as well, if you want to get a little bit of a deeper stretch, is to bring the right hand to the base of the spine here. Otherwise, keeping the right hand down for support. Good, so we're not keeping any tension in the neck or in the shoulders here. Really just a passive stretch. All right, on your next inhale, coming back up, opening up to the left one more time. Inhale, exhale to release. And now walking the fingertips forward just a few inches. We're going to tuck the toes under and go for our first downward dog. So pressing into all 10 fingers, especially the forefinger and the thumb. Having that external rotation so your triceps are like turning towards the mat. And putting all your weight here into your hips. Lift up. So nice bend in the knees for this first one. And hugging the low ribs in. Take a couple deep breaths here. Feel free to change your stance if it feels a little tight, especially if it's early in the morning. Nodding the head, shaking it out. So really any movements here that you feel like you need. Awesome. Now we're actually just going to drop the knees back down again, coming back to tabletop. And from here, we can use the left hand if you need the support, but we're just walking that leg forward into a low lunge. So starting off the practice today, just getting a nice stretch through the hip flexor, through the hamstrings. Awesome. Sorry, I'm just making some adjustments. Cool. All right, so keeping the fingertips low here, so in line with the heel or with the arch of the foot, and really looping the shoulders back. Beautiful. All right, now from here, we're going to plant the right hand down on the mat. And we're going to open up for a twist to the left side, using that left hand on the knee to really press yourself open up here. So again, when I say press yourself open, I'm not talking about really prying through the upper body, just using that left hand for a bit of support and really opening up through the upper body. So chest is opened, using those abdominal muscles to get a nice twist here. Sweet. One more deep breath here. And just like we were doing before, every time you inhale, getting a little longer through the spine, and exhaling to twist a little bit deeper. Wonderful. So inhaling, coming back to center, releasing the twist. And we're just going to sit the weight back in the heels here, or in the hips, coming for a nice runner's stretch here. So personally, I find there's no perfect alignment in this pose. I mean, as long as you're not, sitting down on the right heel. What I mean is the hips don't have to be perfectly over the knee, just as long as you're feeling a nice stretch in the back of the leg here, and the knees got a bit of a bend, and toes are facing up towards the face. And you might be up here, might be here, that's totally fine. Leg flexibility is a tough one to get into. Great. And on your next inhale, we're going to come back forward to our low lunge. Tuck the toes under, lift the right leg, and we're going to walk forward, so bringing the left toes into this nice stretch here. So sitting the hips down, and this will look different for everyone, so you might be up on the toes here, or flat down on the foot. And these left toes are facing up towards the face once again. And you can have a bit of a bend in that left knee. And the closer you bring that right hip to, right knee, sorry. The closer you bring that right hip towards the floor, the more of a stretch you're going to feel through this leg. Awesome. So taking another deep inhale here, straight through the back, looping the shoulders around. Exhaling, we're going to press into that left hand, press into the right fingertips, and come all the way up for a wide-legged forward fold. Inhaling, we're here at flat back, getting a nice bend in the knees, just kind of feeling out the pose. Are you tight? Are you feeling ready to take it a little bit further? So inhaling, we're really expanding the spine through the crown of the head, elongating the spine, and exhale, coming down towards the mat. Awesome. So drop the head, allow the upper body to feel heavy. And again, this is going to look different for everyone, so if you're up here and you're comfortable, just stay there. That's perfectly fine. All right, walking the right hand directly underneath the face, we're going to open up to the left side. So opening up until we have pretty much a T happening here through the upper body. Option here again is to put the left hand on the low back and open up through the chest. So we're kind of taking away from the focus of having the arms straight up or any tension you might be feeling in the shoulder, and just focusing on the twist here happening. So the gaze can be up at the ceiling. It can also just be at the wall opposite you or left side of the room. So keeping a soft bend in the knees once again, but really drawing energy up from the outside edge and the inside edge of the foot up through the leg. One more deep breath here. Exhale to release. Now we're placing the left hand where the right hand was. We're going to do the exact same thing on the right hand side. So inhaling, opening up to the right side. So toes might be actually turned in slightly here. You might feel a little bit of a relief in the back of the knees when you do that. Perfect. One more deep inhale. Exhale to release. And now we're going to come right over to the right side here. The same pose that we did on that side. Just dropping the hips down for that nice stretch here. So left toes pointing up towards the ceiling or towards your face. And again, we might be down flat on the foot here or up slightly on the toes, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Awesome. So one more deep breath here. Maybe bringing the left hip a little bit closer to the mat if you can. And now coming up out of that stretch, we're going to walk it over to a low lunge on the other side. Awesome. So again, fingertips are just resting on the mat, not too much weight there, and the shoulders are open and the shoulder blades coming to meet at the bottom here. And then we're going to open up for a twist again towards the back of the room here. So bringing right hand on top of the right knee, planting that left hand right into the mat. And again, we're making sure here that the right knee is not falling open towards the back of the room. So really trying to stay in line with the rest of the body. Looping the shoulders back, open up to the right side. Great. So just using that right hand on the right knee for a bit of support here. And exhale to come back to center. Sinking the hips back, coming into our runner's lunge here, so feet are facing, toes are facing up towards the base. Awesome, getting comfortable here, so you might need to make a couple adjustments. Yeah. Good stuff. So we might be up a little bit higher if that's what the body's telling you here, because you don't want to force any hamstring stretches. It's just not good news. Great. Now exhaling, coming back forward. And we're going to curl the right toes under. And from here, we're just going to walk it up to standing. So we're at flat back here. Inhale. Exhale to lower and release to full forward fold. So generous bend in the knees here. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, hands coming down to prayer. Good. So we're here in mountain pose. So drawing energy up through the feet. Toes are together, heels slightly apart. Rolling open through the shoulders, through the chest. Palms facing forward. Awesome. So really coming back to the breath here. Have you come out of sync with the breath? Most likely you have. I did too. So coming back to it here, maybe trying out a couple of those deep Ujjayi breaths. Awesome. So we're here at the top of the mat. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up and over. Exhale to sit back into our chair pose. So it's that delicate balance of finding how much weight can you sit back before you just start to fall backwards. So toes are on the mat, but you should be able to bring the toes up and still balance here. Exhaling, bringing the hands to the chest. We're going to rotate over, twisting to the left side here. Sorry, backwards directions. All right, so knees might be starting to shake. That's awesome. Shaking is cool. One more deep breath here. Exhale, we're going to look down towards the mat and slowly walk those right toes back to your high lunge. That's tricky. If you're wobbling or falling over here, that's totally fine. Maybe give it a couple more tries. And so option here is to be looking up towards the ceiling, straight ahead or down towards the mat. Cool. One more deep breath here. Inhaling. Exhaling, twist a little deeper. Okay, and inhale, coming back to center, reaching the arms straight up for your high crescent lunge. Exhale, reaching the arms down behind you in line with the extended leg, the right leg here. One more deep breath here. You got this. And exhale, release down to the mat, walk it back to plank. Lower the knees and slow lower down to the mat. Beautiful. Inhaling, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, pressing it back up. Knees lowered. Curl the toes under, walking back to downward facing dog. Awesome. So this is our rest pose today. So really get the most out of it. Let the head hang. A couple more deep breaths. Really pressing into all 10 fingers. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, we're just going to walk or jump to the top of the mat. Beautiful. Now we'll meet you in flat back here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, sitting down, no break here, right back into chair pose. Right. Hands coming to the sternum here, thumbs resting on the sternum for prayer pose. We're going to exhale and twist to the right this time. So left elbow comes to right knee. One more deep breath here, inhale. Exhale, look down and send the left leg back this time, gently and slowly, to our twisting high lunge. Awesome work. It's a tricky pose because you got your strength, you got your balance. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale, coming back to center. I'm going to reach the arms straight up here for a high crescent lunge. And exhale, reaching the fingertips down behind you. Chest is reaching forward over that right thigh. The heel is spiking towards the back of the room, so lots of power in this pose. 3, 2, and 1. Release. This time, walking it back to plank. We're going to stay in our high plank for 3, 2, really drawing the navel into the spine. And 1, slow, lower down to the mat. Awesome. From here, inhaling, coming up, baby cobra. Exhale to release. Inhale, pressing up. I'm just going to come straight into a child's pose here. Option to have knees wide or knees together here. And just sinking back into the hips. Forehead comes to rest on the mat. Beautiful. Two deep breaths here. All right. One more deep breath. And on your exhale, coming out of child's pose, we're just going to sit the hips out over to the left or right side and kick the legs out in front. Beautiful. And from here, you see where I'm going. We're sitting the sits bones down on the mat, feet are flat on the mat, chest is open, and hands are behind the knees here. So we're going to do a little bit of core work, not too much. Coming up onto the tippy toes, we're going to inhale, reach left, right foot forward. And exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. So it's just a nice little toe tap we're doing here. Switch, switch. And now, as an option to make this a little more challenging, reaching the arms forward, switch, switch. And wherever you are, we're gonna keep going, syncing up with the breath for 10, 9, 8, 7, you got this, 6, I can't count, 5, 4, really drawing the navel in, 3, 2, 1. Reach both legs up, hands can be here. Inhale, open up through the chest, drawing the navel in. Exhale to slowly lower down to the mat. Awesome. Just gonna walk myself forward here. So flat on the back here. Good. We're gonna walk the heels up towards the bum and just do one quick little front body stretch here. So peeling vertebrae by vertebrae up off the mat, reaching the hips up, pressing into the feet. Deep breath into the belly here. Buddha belly. Exhale. Release. Awesome. All right, pulling the right knee into the chest here. You're going to let the left leg extend out long. And we're pulling the knee. I know all this whole practice I've been telling you, don't pull, don't push, but now you can just do it if you want. So pulling that knee right towards the right armpit. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Coming back to the breath. One more inhale here. And now on your exhale, you're going to release the knee until it's about parallel with the mat, or the shin is parallel with the mat. And we're just going to walk it over to the left side for a nice twist. Don't worry about where the gaze is here. Just looking up at the ceiling, where eyes can be closed from here on out. Our last little twist of this practice. And adjusting here, if this is uncomfortable, you can bring the left knee up to support the right knee there. Okay, and wherever we are, inhaling and exhale to come back to center. We're going to switch knees, bringing left knee into the left armpit this time. And right leg extends out long. Yeah, any little movements, always, anytime in my practices, just make it your own. Any movements that feel good. Anything that doesn't feel good, don't do it. Great. And now again, bringing shin parallel to the mat, just going to walk that left leg, or roll, over to the right side. Opening up through the left arm. So hips are more or less stacked on top of each other, so perpendicular to the mat, and shoulders are flat on the mat. One more deep inhale here. Saying goodbye to our last twist. We come back to center. This time bringing both knees into the chest, clasping over the shins. Bring forehead up to the knees. Tense here. So bring yourself into the tiniest little ball you possibly can. Tense, tense, tense. And exhale, release. Into our final resting pose for today. So walking the shoulder blades a little closer together, so you're opening up through the chest. Arms are nice, maybe foot distance out from either side of the body. Feet hang heavy. And checking in here, I like to do a little self-check from toes all the way up through the heels, through the calves, through the thighs. making sure I'm just releasing everything. And as usual, feel free to pause the video here and stay here as long as you want. And otherwise, thanks for joining me again today, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.